But wait till you see how high a sea lion can jump out of the water. Alright, looks like he's ready. And he's up and out! Great job, Duke! And with that, it's time for Duke to say goodbye. One of our younger male sea lions, and in just a moment I'll be introducing you to a very special sea lion. His name is Otis, and he is 17 years old. We'd like you to give Otis a big, warm welcome. This will be Otis's last season out here in the Aqua Theater. He is heading to retirement with his good buddy Fonzie out in a nice, bright, sunny pool. But he's here for this show to tell you guys about the WCS. In fact, the Wildlife Conservation Society has been helping people learn about and coexist with wild animals and wild places now for over 100 years. Here in New York, we do this through our 4 zoos, and of course, right here at the Aquarium. Now, Otis here was born at an aquarium, but in the wild, California sea lions are found living up and down the Pacific coast. Sea lions are very social animals and gather in large groups called rookeries. And rookeries can be pretty noisy places. Males like Otis vocalize to announce and defend their territory, while females will vocalize to identify their pups on a crowded beach. The mother will vocalize, and the pup will return the call. Another way sea lions identify each other is through a breath exchange, and this looks a lot like a sea lion's kiss. Sea lions are members of a group of animals called the pinnipeds. This includes the walruses, true seals, and ear seals. Now, I know everyone here knows what a walrus looks like, but it can be kind of tricky to tell the difference between a true seal and an ear seal, so let me give you a few hints. Just take a look at the side of the animal's head. If you see an ear flap, you're looking at an ear seal, just like Otis. Ear seals also have long front flippers, which they use to pull themselves through the water, just like we do when we go swimming. They use their hind flippers for steering, and they can rotate underneath their bodies, which enables them to walk on all 4s. Now, this makes them extremely mobile on land, which... Hey! What's going on? Osborne, what are you doing out here? It's Otis. Are you all done? Are you sticking your tongue out at me, Osborne? Alright, I think he's done. Okay, true seals, on the other hand, have much shorter front flippers, and their rear flippers don't rotate underneath them. So when they come up on land to walk, they kind of have to crawl along, like an inchworm, or a caterpillar. In the water, sea lions are fast and agile, and, watch this, they have very flexible necks. This is a great adaptation to catch all those fast-moving fish that make up their diet. All these features make sea lions superb predators, but they don't always play the role of the hunter. Sometimes they are the prey and always need to be on the lookout for danger, because there's another predator that prowls these waters, stalking quarry, just waiting for the right moment to strike. The sea lion's primary predator is the great white shark! Oh, relax, Otis. That's just Osborne over there having a little bit of fun. But Osborne, this is nothing to joke about. Sharks are in some serious trouble right now. Due to overfishing, some shark populations have decreased by as much as 80%. And as a result, several species may soon die out. Osborne! Otis! Are you two clapping? Okay, wait a minute, you too. I can see how this might sound good from a sea lion's point of view, but in the long run, this wouldn't be good for any of us. Because when the number of shark populations drop, nature's balance is upset, and the whole food chain could be threatened. Aww. That's right. So as strange as it sounds, we need sharks. In fact, all species rely on each other in order to survive. In the wild, sea lions spend a large part of their lives avoiding predators like sharks and chasing after their prey. They'll use a method of swimming called porpoising, where they leap out of the water, take a deep breath, dive back in, and continue their forward momentum. Using this method of swimming, they can reach speeds in excess of 15 miles per hour, which is great physical exercise. But things at an aquarium can be just a little bit more laid back. See what I mean? I mean, think about it. They don't need to worry about predators. They get lots of fish, and their trainers pretty much cater to them all day long. So much so that if we weren't careful, well, let's just say they might get a little bit out of shape. That's why we've established an animal enrichment program. Enrichment enhances our animals' quality of life in many ways and comes in many forms. These items here are just a few of Otis and Osborne's favorites. And you know, sometimes it's hard to say who has more fun with this type of play, the animals or their trainers. Thank you so much, Oz. Another form of enrichment is training. Training compels our animals to think through complex problems, so it's mentally stimulating. Other high-energy behaviors help to keep them physically fit. And, of course, we train all our animals to join us out here in the Aqua Theater so we can share with our guests the respect that we have for these beautiful animals. As you might imagine, it is very important to have a good relationship with our animals, and you might say this relationship is based on trust. For example, Otis trusts Nick, and Nick trusts Otis. Nick trusts Otis so much, in fact, that he knows he can place a fish in Otis's mouth, and Otis won't eat it. Check this out. No one's impressed? That's okay. We don't need your sympathy. We just like to see you try this at home with your dog and a piece of steak. Good luck. All right, Nick, I think we have to impress them even more. All right, watch this. Nick knows that he can turn his back on Otis, and when he turns back around, that fish will be right there in Otis's mouth. Now that's what I call trust. Hey, wait a minute. Well, as you can see, Otis sure does love his fish. In fact, he eats over 20 pounds of fish every single day. And if you think that's a lot of fish, we humans can... Otis, Nick, what's going on over there? Gunner, what's up? Looks like Osborne said the same thing. Otis and Osborne want me to remind you all about the depleted fish species out in the wild. That's because we humans consume over 80 million tons of fish every single year. That's why it's really important that we make informed decisions when we go to our store or restaurant. But I know it can be tricky to tell which species we should eat and which we should probably avoid, so let's talk about it for a minute. And I think I need the help from the entire audience today. Are you all ready to help me out? Great! Here's your first challenge. What do you think about squid and shrimp? Should we enjoy them or avoid them? Who says enjoy them? Okay, who says avoid them? Sounds about 50-50. Osborne, what do you think about squid and shrimp? Should we order them? That's right, we should avoid them. Squid is seriously depleted, and for every pound of shrimp we eat, up to 15 pounds of fish, mammals,